Content warning can be found in the description.
Alright, I'm just gonna say it. I gotta admit, as the narrator, I made a mistake. It's my job to hold the timeline together and I dropped the ball. As an interdimensional observer of Lundian adventures, sometimes things get a little mixed up. Okay, unfortunately, our adventure's nights did not end with sweet rest and booby pillows, and instead we returned to the parking lot where the happy tricksters fought off the vain villains, right here in the world of Wooks and Warlocks.
Hello and welcome to Wooks and Warlocks, a role-playing tour through the summer of love. In this podcast, we'll be playing out a story of adventure and magic using dice and skills to determine the outcomes of our actions. My name is Trey Miller, and I will play the role of Game Master for this journey. I am joined by three of the finest folks to roll the dice. Please introduce yourselves and your characters.
I'm Mr. Roy, and I'm playing Xandor, the Bug Boy.
My name is Jessie Bennett, and I will be playing Granny Glinda. She's a half-orc, half-foxfolk rogue fighter.
My name is John Lombardi. I'll be playing Eli Woodstone, the Elk Folk Farm Wizard.
On our last adventure with Trace Kinos and the Happy Tricksters, after journeying through many festivals, seeing cities and sights along the road, the group gathered at one of Yamaya's finest diners, the Rooster Ranch, in order to get some well-earned R&R and perhaps use some voluptuous breasts as pillows while they feasted on fried foods and other fineries. The crew enjoyed this well-deserved rest, right up until the point that they realized that the company they kept, not but a few tables over, included the three leaders of the villainous, vile folks who had been causing them so much trouble on the way. Not only were the leaders were there discussing Trace Kinos and the Happy Tricksters specifically, and how they would deal with the problem represented by these newcomers on the scene and these old hands on the festival circuit. It seemed that the Corpos, the Gassers, and the Heavens Devils were in cahoots, with each financing and supporting the other on a ring of drug smuggling, violence, and unethical human manipulation, all in an attempt to turn the festival scene into a font of chaotic energy for the dark gods, vying for power in the land of Lund. Determined to stop their newly revealed adversaries, Xantor, Elijah, and Granny Glinda came up with a plan to attempt to separate the villains and do battle with them after laying an ambush out back. The crew did so with Xantor playing the part expertly, luring Daryl Trueblood, the vampiric leader of the Heavens Devils, outdoors where Granny Glinda and Elijah were in waiting. But, filled with buffoonery, Harry Frills, determined to defend the not-a-dame that he cared for most, rushed out back and failed to hide from the coming villain. In the battle that ensued, Harry was the primary target of Daryl's attacks, and because of his vampiric, life-sucking abilities, it seems Harry's blood has been tainted with something not quite of life. Still, the crew was triumphant and defeated Daryl Trueblood in combat, who ran to the front of the Rooster Ranch's parking lot from the back alley of the building where they were doing combat, only to find that Anastasia and Isaac Klotz, his ne'er-do-well companions and fellow gang leaders, were also doing battle, not only with Drake Farkslot, but also with Jolene, the platypus folk proprietor of the Rooster Ranch, and her evidently extremely capable staff of sorceress magic users. That is sorceress, not sorceress. The crew, adding one final insult in the form of a honey badger in the back of the fleeing limousine, has but a moment to celebrate as the happy tricksters, heavily injured, approach in the parking lot, along with Jolene and a few of the sex workers that she employs. We return to our crew as they are joined by the happy tricksters and these staff members. Well, that sure was some fight, y'all. Anyway, this old platypus folk here is going to need to go to bed soon, but y'all don't worry. I'll stay up a little bit, The police will be here shortly, and somebody's going to have to make a report after all.
I got the license plate of the limo and the bike.
Well, why don't you give me that information?
The limo, it was C.
All right.
E.
All right.
The circle. O.
Oh, okay.
Was it O or 0?
Did it have a line through it?
No.
I think that was an O.
Could have been a D.
And then it was a B,
Okay.
a T,
O.
a C,
All right.
and the line with the little hooky.
Well, a little hooky line.
Makes
I'll show you a little hooky line. And she winks at
it makes
you.
a horse. It's a makes the.
Are you talking about
sound.
an H, darling?
H. That's it.
Well, you little hooky line. All right. All right. So CEO BTCH. Oh my goodness! And she kind of blushes as she realizes what's being spelled here.
Kilbutch.
Kilbutch.
Yeah, kill Bush.
Yeah.
Kilbutch.
That's
We're
definitely.
gonna kill that bitch.
The bike.
That kind of language is not welcome around here.
What?
Now, you're going to
Are you
have something
serious?
else to answer to those police for when they get here.
Sorry, m'lady.
As she mentions the police and
The fuzz.
John Paul, Penny Lane, Owlsley, and King Kenzie approach. King Kenzie stifles a cough. Did you say you mean the fuzz are coming this way? And he sort of looks at you urgently. The fuzz?
We should probably get
are
the hell
coming
out of
this
here.
way?
Yes, we should leave right now.
Real quick though, the bike license plate, it was 69420. I'm much better with numbers.
Oh. Well, darling, why y'all got to get out of here? The fuzz are just nothing here but to protect us. What we're doing here is totally legal. Now, y'all don't have to be worried. I know you were sticking your head in them booby pillows, but here in Yamaya, you can pay any amount of money to stick your head anywhere you'd like.
We're bad boys,
we believe in
darling.
freedom. Well, bad boys.
We
Yeah.
might have been confused with some people that did some bad things, and now we're kind of lumped in.
Well, we're
as
bad.
well.
She's the worst.
No, I'm not, Sonny.
looks over
You
at
know.
All right, so the thing is Harry's kind of like breathing heavy. He's like, look, I know what you guys are talking about, okay? And I know I used to be one of them, right? I was a beat fuzz back in the day, but I don't think even I could talk us out of this one. Your lion friend's right. We got to get the fuzz out of here before the fuzz show up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's scram.
As you begin to
Any of you ladies want to go with us?
the workers with Jolene blush, but you see a fire enter into Jolene's eyes as she says, "Oh, honey, these are my girls. You will not be taking them anywhere."
All right.
Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am, and we appreciate you guys coming together and saving the lives of our dear companions here.
Now, Jolene sort of furrows her brow and looks. She says, "Now, I don't know what you folks have gotten yourselves into, but We don't allow no crime around here neither. I don't know if you expected me to cover for you, but we saved your lives. But if y'all are gonna get, you better get. We don't hold criminals here. We're not harboring no fugitives. And as you say that, red and blue lights flash on the horizon, and there are cars coming towards you at a high speed. You may recognize these sirens and lights from your experience at the Mountain Jam when the Fuzz shut down the event. It looks like you have about 30 seconds to get in the car and get into the van and start going.
Can I cast Fog Cloud?
Certainly.
Like over in that area.
Nice, dude.
I'm not doing
scrolling through
at
spells.
second level as well.
All right. How does the level affect it?
120 foot radius. You create 20 foot radius sphere. A fog centered at a point within range. Sphere is heavily obscured. Lasts for duration until a strong wind or something blows it away. Using higher level, it's increased by 20 feet. So
Great.
40
so you got a 40-foot fog cloud, covers the entire street and some of the entrance to the parking lot.
Yeah.
It is going to be difficult for them to try to turn in. As you approach the vehicle, John Paul says, "I don't mind driving, but I am a little beat. Have any of you guys learned anything about operating a vehicle?"
Absolutely not.
I don't think I've driven yet.
I got this.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's go. So he
Xantor?
he blows the thing and makes the mist appear, and then like scuttlebutts to and just jumps in the driver's seat. And he's like, "You talking to me?" And he's like already in the position to drive.
So, all right, Xantor,
What's wrong? What's wrong with you, JP?
I just was in a battle, and I'm not a fighter. That woman really took it out of me.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him real quick?
Certainly, yes.
These are spells I picked up last time. Didn't get a chance to use.
We're all gonna die.
All right.
So to give us a little bit more time as well, as the cop cars are coming up in front of the restaurant, but like in between, like I guess we're on one side. Like if we're looking at the restaurant, we're like on one side of it, and they're coming from just one direction, not both directions, right?
Currently, they're coming from one direction, and just to kind of create a little geography or to give a little perspective on where we are, there's this main highway that sort of, this is the road that everyone talked about that runs through Lund, and there's all sorts of like ancillary roads that go off of it and make up the towns and the cities and all of that. But you are on this major highway, this road. The Rooster's Ranch is right off of it, and we are Yamaya is in the southwestern corner of the Lund supercontinent. We are northeast of Yamaya. We are slightly outside of the city, still technically within the limits. It would appear
So they're coming from the city.
that a contingent of about 10 siren lights blinking fuzz vehicles are heading your way. And the closest cars are, at this point, probably about 20 seconds from reaching, because you guys have taken a turn. We're entering into that next turn space. Each action's kind of 6 seconds.
I think we got enough time. Never mind. I think we'll be okay.
What were you gonna do?
I was thinking about creating like a barrier, like a
Behind the buses,
like an erupting earth, like basically like like in the street where they put up like the barriers and the cars just can't drive
Some old
past.
earth shit.
They are like, they're coming towards you, and
all right,
They hit the fog, and you put it up and be like.
It says it can be a 20 by 20 for erupting earth, but
All
I'm gonna form it as a 20 by 1 foot. So it's gonna be like a wall,
like a barrier.
Yeah, that just like comes up in the middle of the street, only about like 4 feet high.
Cool.
So like just to where they can't drive past it, but they see it, with their headlights.
All right, so
I want to
go
do it
ahead-
outside of the fog so they see it and don't crash.
Go
into
ahead
it.
and roll a d4.
And Xantor's like flooring it, trying to get the fuck out of here and go in the.
Dude.
Everyone loads up in the car. Xantor kicks it into gear. Your experience here in the modern world has shown you that there's a function. Well, why don't we go ahead and roll we've been using Arcana as our vehicle handling skill. So let's roll Arcana to see how effective you are at driving this vehicle.
So Xantor, as y'all know,
I think Granny was the only one that had experience first, right? Because in the, you think you try to back it up and move it a little bit? You did a little Austin Powers thing.
She did an Austin Powers thing in an attempt to save Elijah in the battle with Tax
Yep.
Jailer.
I did.
13.
All right, so Xantor is quite typically full of shit, and in this case, you know, he hasn't driven a car yet. This is Xantor's bravado.
I've seen people do it.
The thing about Xantor is he doesn't always know that he's full of shit. And in that sort of place of flux, sometimes people pull off intuitive miracles. Sometimes the combined experience of their observation leads to what we in the business call beginner's luck. And in that space, we see Xantor slam on the brakes in an attempt to hit the gas, pull the gear in an attempt to put the car into drive. It just so happens to land in the right position, and realizing that he's hitting the brake, not the gas, Xantor uses his other foot and the car screeches for a moment. Eew! Tires spinning on the gravel and asphalt of this rural parking lot. Do you drive on the road to leave, or are you going to attempt to... How do you attempt to leave this parking lot that you are in? It is a standard parking lot with a single entrance. There is the entrance has just been fogged up.
And molded earth. Too,
and
right?
molded earth, but there is grass surrounding the entirety of the parking lot. And there is little but a small curb separating the parking lot area from the grass that would then lead to the road.
Okay, so this all happened like real, like, split-second-y, kind of like speed bus driving. Xantor's like freaking out, like all four arms and hands on the fucking wheel. Like, I'm going for it, guys! Like, he's screaming at the, to kind of give a heads up to the crew to let them know that he's about to jump this curb and fucking try to... What he wants to do is go off the road, get back onto the main road, and then split the opposite direction that the cops are trying to go.
Yeah,
We're in our bus, correct?
Yeah, you're in the
Okay.
bus, and the bus has been upgraded not only with the off-road tires from the quarry, but also with armor-like shielding, steampunk-esque, pyrotechnic, visual enhancements. You are in a burner's dream ride, the sort of thing that we in the normal world might expect to see in AI photos of Burning Man. Like, it has been transformed into an apocalyptic war vehicle, and it takes the curb and the grass like it is its job to just cut through this off-road, and you are able to pick up a little bit of speed as you dash forward.
JP, take over. I forgot to tell you, I healed John Paul for 13 back on that cure wounds
All right.
check.
Oh, nice.
Is that enough for him to be like able to take over anything?
So you want to like, while you're driving, have him take over driving, like do a switcheroo?
I want anybody who's better than me because
Sure. So let's get a little bit of an imagery on. We are now inside the van, and the inside of the van is the same as it ever was. It's not quite a small, short school bus. It's more like a giant church van that's been retrofitted and upgraded. It sounds like Xantor is in the front seat and John Paul is in the passenger seat. What's going on in the back?
Granny, did you have any? I had a few health potions that I was going to offer whoever needed it that got injured.
Cool.
Granny, you're doing okay on health?
I'm doing just fine, sweetie.
All right. You don't got no healing magic up your sleeve or nothing like that, do you?
Hey, don't you worry about what I have up my sleeve.
Well, I just meant in this situation here, as I'm about to give away some of my
I
health
don't
potions.
have.
All right. Good talk. I'll keep that secret for you.
John Paul's our main driver, yeah?
Well, John Paul is who is usually driving, and he is in the passenger seat. You healed him up, and he ran over. You see King Kenzie in the back. Please, Elijah, can I have one of those potions?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. There you go.
I have a potion if you guys want one of mine. Owsley's got like this strange concoction that's bubbling and boiling over. He's
God.
mixing chemicals in the back.
don't
Would you guys like one of these?
I don't know this is time for experimenting, Owsley, but that looks pretty wild.
Give me that shit, Owsley.
All right, Xantor's not driving anymore.
Xantor's driving and like reaching back for whatever Owsley has. And
Take over. Come on, man. Fuck.
So we got to do the
so
swapperoo.
a few things are going to happen here. First of all,
This is as we're jumping the curb.
Yeah, you're like jumping the curb.
You jump the curb,
I
and
imagine
now
you
you
jumped the
wanna swap.
curb, you got onto the street, you're driving away, you've reached maybe 30 miles per hour. And I will be honest, I have seen this done before in my first tour. This is totally out of game, but I have seen, while driving a truck and trailer filled with instruments, 2 members of my band switch from the driver's seat and the passenger seat while the vehicle was in full motion on the interstate. I know this is a thing that's physically possible. I also know what a horrendous idea it is.
Xantor shouldn't be driving. He's a drunk. Like
That's
this is well
that's
known.
very true. You're more than a drunk, my friend. And then you're gonna need to roll for that. Before we talk about that, let's cover that erupting earth you did. You rolled a 2 on the D4. So we said there were 10 police vehicles chasing you. And as the group turns around to take stock of their situation, you see that 2 police vehicles plowed through the erupting earth, and their vehicles broke through the stone, but in the process, their axles were damaged, and they're no longer able to drive. So 2 out of the 10 police vehicles are now disabled on the left and right side of the road. The remaining 8 tear after the Happy Tricksters and Trace Kinos, moving at roughly, we'll say they're up to about 80, 90 miles per hour currently.
They followed us?
You guys
They
are
didn't-
about 30 miles per hour.
Fucking war bus.
Well, they see your war bus just took
I thought we lost him in the fog.
you cast, well, there's ways that could have worked out, but the way it worked out was they didn't see the erupting earth, and it disabled 2 of the vehicles. They did see your war vehicle like dash away, and
leave
we'll
the
say
fog.
you make a
big
very
fucking
good point.
truck.
You make a very good point about this. So how about there's 8 remaining? Let's roll a D8, and let's give Granny Glenda this roll, and we'll see how many of them stopped to check in with Jolene.
6.
So 2 vehicles continue curious about this war vehicle dashing away. 6 turn into the parking lot and are going to stop to attempt to question Jolene. I will remind you, she did say she's not going to cover for you guys if you are some sort of ne'er-do-wells, that she was happy to protect you, and she'll tell the truth that it was self-defense, but if there's something else going on, she doesn't have your back.
No, we just wanted her to tell the truth that like we were on like her side
Sure.
of that
Sure, and
confrontation, and we didn't start it.
she is honest to a fault. That's what this is all. Harry's explaining all of this to you. He's like, that Jolene, she's a right woman. She ain't gonna tell them no lies. She ain't gonna make us look bad, but she ain't gonna cover for us once they tell them that you guys is the Happy Tricksters. That's y'all's is wanted. I know
Fuck
that.
Jolene.
I would love to. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
he
You know what I'm
turns around
saying?
and looks at Granny Glenda. I mean, it's just she's quite she's a doll,
We got a job to do
Do
here.
what you
We
want.
got 2 on our tail. Granny, do you have anything you could possibly like shoot out the front tires of these vehicles that are chasing us with?
I have some extra needles here in my pocket that I could probably try to do that with.
The needle you're talking about, the needles that Penny Lane gave you?
There's those, and then there.
You
I
got
have
like
the,
3 types.
Yeah. I have like a normal set, and then I have a set that's vicious and keen.
Have you tried throwing them things like at targets before? Can you maybe get you a headshot
wait,
on one of them pigs?
Or maybe borrow Xantor's crossbow.
You guys do have projectile weapons, but before we get to dealing with the fuzz, Xantor is like you're talking through this. You guys are looking around. Xantor wants to switch places with John Paul
And drink that bubbly.
and drink that bubbly. So John Paul or Xantor, why don't you go ahead and roll for an acrobatics check to see if you're able to switch places.
11.
So with your 11, you go to switch places with John Paul, and you have all 4 hands on the wheel, and you're like, you let go with one hand, but you're still holding with 3 as you attempt to switch places, and it sort of causes the wheel to jerk to one side, and John Paul is knocked up against the side of the van, and the crew in the back is sent jostling if they don't have their seatbelts on. You overcorrect to the left, and you're starting to lose speed. Your foot is off the gas. You are down to 20 miles an hour and sort of moving all around. You notice as you're moving that the fuzz have begun to leave the Rooster Ranch, and 2 of them are going to start to catch up with the other 2 that are chasing you. The rest are not far behind, but you do manage to switch places with John Paul, and he is now driving, and he is going to pedal to the metal it. Let's see what this baby can do! And he just guns it, and you hear the engine rev, the RPMs soar as the gears shift higher and higher. The vehicle picks up speed, and slowly but surely, you begin to put a little bit of distance between yourselves and the furthest fuzz. The front runners of the fuzz are still catching up with you. Let's go ahead, and now that we've established that we're in a skill check style high-speed chase, let's roll for initiative, and we're going to let you guys each take turns attempting to impact this high-speed chase, kind of like we did early on with Penelope the hag. So roll for initiative. I'll roll for Harry.
It's like Speed with Keanu Reeves.
All right. Did anyone get above a 15?
I got a 17.
All right.
18.
All right. Xantor is at 18. Granny Glenda is at 17. Harry rolled a 16. How did Eli do?
He rolled a 7. No. Actually, he rolled a 3. It's +4.
All right, so Xantor, you're gonna take that concoction that Owsley was offering. So when you do, you feel jacked up. I mean, you already feel jacked up.
In his mind, he's seen himself jump off of this van onto the car of the hood.
That's the sort of energy that you feel, and you could choose to do that as you are under the effects of a bathtub haste concoction for the next 2 turns. It will be as though
it's a drug or drink. Like
it's a drug or drink. Okay. Yeah, it is as though you are hasted, but it will only last for 2 turns, and on the 3rd turn, you will go unconscious for 1 turn.
Can I? Is Drake with us on the bus? I would.
Drake, everyone's with you. Yeah, okay. The bus is loaded with the crew.
Can I tell? Does anyone else want that other concoction? Was Owsley offering 2 of them? Right.
No, I mean he had one. He's drinking it. You drank it. Nobody else wants the random potion. I think they all declined it.
If there's 2 more cops, I want to test Drake's flying ability. I want to test my acrobatics. I'm ready for us to tandemly jump off the van onto these 2 cop cars and rip their drivers and passengers to pieces.
So you're traveling at about 80 miles per hour, I think is kind of what we got to. You would take damage if you were to hit the ground at all. There is a emergency release hatch on the roof, and because of the augmentations that Gil and his friends made to your van, there is almost like a gunner rack on top of the van that you can access from inside, a ladder that drops down so you can get up. It will be difficult for Drake to get out, but he is able to manage because he is currently medium sized, so it's still of a size that he can get through, but it's a real task. And you can use your movement to go ahead and climb up there.
Just a top hatch, not like a back door, like a bus hatch, nothing like that.
The bus hatch, there is, as we've previously established, there is
like a double door.
There
in
is
the
a
back?
double door on the back, and all of your stuff is back there.
You just
So if I
climb
opened it,
over
I'd have to
could
move
fall.
all the stuff or shit.
All the stuff would fall out, and you would have to go through everyone else to get there. This hatch on the vehicle was made for the sort of thing that you're discussing.
Okay.
Like a turret hatch.
Yeah.
But then Drake can't get up there.
No, he can. It's just hard. I was just trying to make it clear that he's got to squeeze through, but
both of
but
you?
currently he is medium-sized. Eventually, Drake will become a large-sized creature.
Not
At
be
that
able to
at
fit.
that point, he would not. But at that point, he probably wouldn't be
It's
inside.
like squeezing his little big ass
Addi-
through there.
additionally,
windows open at all?
additionally, something that we didn't really discuss, but we could retcon. Drake does have a personal flying speed, although he cannot fly with you on him. Were it your decision, you could already have Drake on the roof of the vehicle. That could be where he likes to
he's got a
ride.
little perch up there, let's say?
If you'd like that to be, that could be a retcon that we could establish now.
Done.
All right, so you know that Drake is on the roof, and you climb up there to greet him, and that is your movement for turn. You have an action remaining. We'll say drinking the potion was a bonus action.
Is the
And
thaumaturgy,
I'm
is
sorry,
that-
you have 2 actions remaining and quite a bit of movement because you're hasted for 2 turns. When hasted, you double your movement speed, and you get to take an additional action per turn. You also add 2 to your armor class. I will remind you that at the end of the turn after next, Xantor will go unconscious wherever he is.
My boy got me.
Stay in the van.
Yeah, so I'm going to flash my dragon eyes over to Drake, use some thaumaturgy. Well, we're going to have a little chat and tell him my plans. Hey, come on, let's see what we got, killer.
All right.
Like, Drake, let's go. We're gonna take out these fucking pigs, brother.
And he, hugs them. They embrace, as equals because they're, the same size now, kind of. They're getting... Oh, man, it's a beautiful, half-second moment,
Sure.
they have. They contact, their eyes match, and they meet, and then, they instantly know what's going on. The Drake's in his head. And then he pulls out the shotgun. He, pops his head down back through the hole. He's like,
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump all these fucking pigs and we're gonna murder them. Okay, that sound good? Good, guys.
What did you just say? John Paul yells from the front.
What?
I believe he said he was going to jump on those pigs and
We don't.
murder them.
We're
Yeah,
not. We're
yeah.
not cop killers, Xantor. I mean,
What?
if you could disable them without murdering them, we have to live in this world still. And if we go about willy-nilly killing the police, but we haven't killed any police yet. That's all conjecture. We're essentially innocent. I mean, other than the drugs and
Well, they're not cops, King. They're pigs.
they're fuzz,
Oh,
fuzz cops, pigs.
fuzzy kitty little.
Maybe just find a way to get them off our trail.
I'm trying to teach Drake about blood.
Xantor,
lust.
if you could take them out without killing them, that would be that. I mean, I don't know that I want to become homeless murder hobos.
Okay.
if you will.
Maybe if you could get Drake spit a bunch of acid on the ground and it'll pop their tires.
Fuck yeah, Drake, do it.
and so Drake puts his head up in the air, presumably spits, use an action to command
Sure.
Drake to spit some acid up in the air towards the cars.
Great, that's awesome. And you do that, and you do have an additional action because of the haste potion, if you'd like to use it.
When you just do it again, or
So technically speaking, Drake is going to have his own turn. So
this is my turn.
this is your turn.
Okay. So all I got is my crossbow. Yeah, I'll take some. Shit, I want to shoot the guys, but I'll shoot at the tires. Let's say we'll shoot at the tires, okay?
I mean, if Xantor might be like, I'm gonna shoot the tire, and then just aim at the fucking.
You could say you
wouldn't
didn't
do
hear
that.
them.
Listen, we gotta be true to Xantor here.
All right, guys. Okay, cool, King. I got you. I'm gonna take out their tires. Maybe hit the that thing in the front, the motor. Right? Where do I aim on these things?
All right, go ahead and make an attack at the. Are you trying to shoot at the grill to hit the radiator?
I don't.
Or?
He's clueless. He's like, where do I aim, King? I'm
Bottom front.
If you, yeah, I've tried a lot, Eli.
Look at the bottom front, bottom right. I think will work.
Oh, by the hills.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, here we go.
So he's gonna like aim his fucking crossbow square at the
I wish I could give him something.
head of the first driver.
You're aiming it at the head of the first driver.
Yeah, the first pig guy, right? Xantor doesn't fucking care. He's a pirate, man. Like, this is what it is for this guy. He's gonna tell me he missed. 27.
Okay.
So
Word.
damage. Might not have killed him.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
Kill
that's...
him. Oh no, he got a 1 for damage. 6 damage.
So you shoot the fuzz in the head, and he dies, and his car
He's the driver, so does it
crashes
crash?
into the other car.
Oh, it crashes into the other car. It takes them both out. And then
Yeah.
explodes.
Fuck, King.
Do
I'm
not
sorry.
explode. That
I'm
was
sorry.
just Eli making an explosion with his hands.
My bad.
It's not. Yeah. So you, they crash into one another and stop moving. The remaining 4 vehicles continue to pursue. It is. You have another action if you'd like to use it.
I hit the tire. I don't know what happened, guys.
I think
What
they-
did you do, Xantor?
I shot my bow. I'm really good at my crossbow, King.
I think maybe like the physics, because like he was aiming at the tire, and maybe the guy pressed the gas and like it was sped up, and then it got close.
Did
and then
Xantor
all
just
of a sudden-
murder
Yes.
a cop from my van?
Yes, he did.
Yes. I
Yes,
mean, not.
yes.
Well, what did he say? I
Did you
did
just murder
cops.
a cop from the top of my van?
We have murdered several cops.
No, we have not.
Anyway, we're on the run. There's 4 more. Okay, drop the oil or the spikes or whatever
Drop
we
the
got.
Xantor, and you just see King Kenzie is furious, and he is like wants you out of his van. It is now Granny Glenda's turn.
Okay. Wow.
We're speeding down the road, right? Yeah.
We're speeding down the road. The cops are following us. Granny Glinda's gonna turn invisible, and she's going to sit next to King and let him know that, King, I am still here, although I will be invisible in case the cops do catch us. And she's gonna
It's an action to turn invisible, right?
turn invisible. Yeah, it is. So that'll be the end of my turn. I'll sit next to King, but I'm invisible.
Okay, Harry. It's Harry's turn. He is shook, like he.
Did Drake get his turn?
Drake did the spew the acid, right?
I guess he did.
So that would have happened on the cars that you shot the driver of. Yeah. So their tires were popped, and then you shot the driver in the head. They crashed into one another.
So I'll take the rest of its movement then and try to get back down the hole and sit right next to King and just, all right.
Sure. He moves in there, and like this is all happening really quickly, so there's nothing King can do about it. Harry is like, he was pale before from the vampirism. He's now very pale because like he's like, man, that might have been one of my friends. Like I was one of them. It's like, you just shot my people.
Xantor's still on the roof. He doesn't really hear. The wind's blowing real fast.
So like Harry's just like, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. Like, this isn't right. And
Is he screaming at Xantor?
he's like,
Or is he just
talking,
mumbling to
he's
himself like
talking
an old
to-
man who has no clue?
No, I mean, he's talking to his friends in the car who are all there, very surprised that their companion just murdered a police officer
On accident.
on purpose. Everybody knows who Xantor is.
Nobody knows that.
I swear, I think he was aiming at the tire.
It's Elijah's turn.
There's still more behind us.
There's 4 more police officers chasing you.
He totally would too. He would never tell anybody until like his deathbed that he actually tried to kill the cop. Like, he would never admit to that.
I mean, you can try rolling for deception.
I mean, I don't need to. I'm just.
Then everybody thinks you did it.
Well, I could do that. This is all quick. I'll go ahead and do it. He's got advantage with his outfit on deception rolls. I think.
If they can see you, they can't see you.
Well, he'll crawl back in before he tells his lies.
Well, you've been saying it from the roof the whole time. I think that's what
This is
we're dealing with.
You see her being punished.
This is the consequences
next
of
turn.
this. Oh, my actions! They have consequences.
well, if they didn't see me, how do they know that I did that?
They
just saw everybody explode behind us. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we don't know that. I don't think we know that you did it on purpose, but we like might have.
Saw me go up there,
might
shoot,
think
and then
Shoot
everybody-
we saw a crossbow go
basically-
into the skull.
You
of the
can't
man.
see out of the back of the van. Like it's not like
windows
it's not
and
like
shit.
yeah. There's
Not only
windows.
that, but
and
you just
stuff.
like swapped driving. You took a rabies potion, and then like climbed up to the roof with haste, and so we knew like some crazy shit was about to happen. But
So I got a 13 on my deception. Typical. I'm saying it. Maybe nobody believes it.
King rolls a 17 in response with his insight. So he is fuming, and he's like exhausted from what just happened. He and his whole crew just got fucked up.
So he knows he's upset. I'm sure Granny probably knows. She doesn't care. Elijah's got my back. Like fucking, what's the PI? Does he?
He does
I'm
not
trying to
have
lie
your
to
back.
him.
He is.
What's he roll for his save?
Sure. Yeah. He rolls a 4, and so he's like,
He believes me.
he doesn't know if he believes you, but he doesn't know what to think at this moment.
I swear, Harry. I swear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Eli, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast another erupting earth, but this time in the shape of like a wedge. So like in front of, I guess it's 20 feet. So I can probably do, depending on how they're driving. Are they like all 4 lined up, or are they like 2 by 2?
At this point, there's like this is all kind of happening at the same time. So they're probably in a line trying to get past the other 2 that just crashed. So there's like a line of 2 of them.
So in the line of 2 that I can see, I guess in most front, I'm gonna like cast like a wedge shape, but I'm gonna design it to where it only comes up on like it only hits like one side of the tires, if that makes sense, because I want them to kind of like flip as they hit this
yeah,
ramp.
you're trying to make
Like in a stunt
flip trap.
scene, you
sure,
know? Yeah,
sure, I
yeah.
can see that. Let's go ahead and roll that D4 again and see how many of the remaining cars are affected by this.
2 again.
So the 2 lead vehicles just get, like in Dukes of Hazzard fashion, get flipped up onto 2 wheels and ride like that for a moment before teetering ultimately to fall onto the tops. And you hear sort of this as the sirens that were ceaselessly screaming electronically fail and cease to make noise. The lights flicker and blink. The road is now effectively blocked, and the van speeds away as the 2 remaining fuzz officers pull to a stop and begin to tend to their companions.
Hopefully I didn't kill those ones.
The road is dark.
That's how you do this, Xandor.
The road is dark, and the plains outside of Yamaya become spotted with trees, not the evergreen trees of the mountainous regions that you came from when your journey begins. You now begin to see that the land is growing soft, swampy, marsh-like, as the waters of Lund lay close to the surface here, and the trees, long of limb, stretch their shadowy embrace over the night. It is quiet in the van until one of you chooses to speak. The happy tricksters glance about uncomfortably at the members of Tres Kinos, for the first time questioning their alliance and wondering if, in fact, their teammates are on the side of good.
What the fuck is up, killers? Have some good shit, huh, guys? Huh?
Oh, Xantor falls unconscious from the potion for 1 turn.
He like
Right after he
starts
says
to
that.
say that.
And then it just falls backwards.
So Xantor attempts to break the silence and then falls unconscious because of the speed potion that he just took. Owlsley does the same at the same time. You see he goes, "Whoo!" and then passes out. it is 6 seconds before Xantor will wake. Does anybody speak in that time?
We are so sorry for this man's actions, and I do not support him killing that police officer like that.
Honestly, like, I'd have to say it's pretty much Owsley's fault if we're thinking about it.
I would agree.
That potion messed him up good. I don't think Xantor would have done that
Drugs are bad. Okay.
without the speed. Rabies.
You guys can roll for persuasion at a disadvantage to see if anybody buys the "it's Owsley's fault" thing.
At a disadvantage?
Yes. Harry's just sitting there, head in his hands, like, you had to take that fucking tax Jella drug, didn't you? And he's just like talking to your unconscious body and like getting angrier and angrier.
Oh, they rolled a 7 for that.
11.
Yeah, so Owsley is unconscious, but a man is responsible for their actions. I've made mistakes. I will spend my life making up for them. But I will not make them someone else's mistake.
Well, I mean, your mistake kind of, you made it kind of all of our mistakes, because that's kind of why we're here.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes we gotta forgive.
Oh.
And those police aren't always on the side of right. And I imagine they would not have taken it easy on us, considering what they already think that we did. So that being said, I don't know, sometimes you gotta break some eggs.
Is that how
Make
you really
eggs.
feel, Elijah?
I hope you want to eat them.
Xantor begins to come to consciousness.
Is Harry still standing over him?
I mean, nobody's standing. They're just in the butt. He's like looking at you like...
He was like kind of saying shit to his unconscious body or something.
I'll smack him a little bit. Wake up, buddy. Come on. Come
so
to.
if Xantor sees Harry as soon as he wakes up, he's like, oh my god, Harry, Harry. He jumps up to hug him and he tries to hug Harry. He's like, I thought I almost lost you. What happened?
Don't touch me.
I heard, what? Buddy, I'm just glad you're alive. Gosh darn.
He puts his hands on the back of his thing and he grabs him in close. He tries to kiss him on the forehead.
You want to roll a strength check?
Yes.
Xantor, in your craze, I don't know if you remember, but you picked a few oopsie daisies.
What?
Everyone is upset with you right
What
now.
With me? I saved the day. I saved everything.
Well, I mean, if it was like people that were real bad, like the gassers or like the bikers.
Not the pig, because we love pigs, right?
No, you just, they frown upon just open killing in this time.
What? Since when, Elijah?
I mean,
It's really weird.
Who have we? We are not murderers.
We're fighting murderers, though, are we not, King?
Those were not the murderers.
Those were not the...
Was it a natural one? Was it a
He
natural
got a
one?
7 on his, trying to hold.
Yeah, Harry just really easily breaks out of it. You're still groggy from the drugs. Like
Maybe Harry makes a mean face at him or something, where he's like, it's starting to set in, how everybody's feeling it. Like, Xandor's looking around, he's like, oh, fuck.
Pull the
What did
van
I
over.
do? Like,
JP.
I tried to
the
shoot
van
at our
over.
enemies. What? What's going on, King? Like, I tried to shoot at our
You
enemies
three
like we've done 1,000 times.
Get out.
It just blew up, and it's like
King.
Fireworks, like Yamaya and the Peace Beaches.
John Paul is
don't you remember the Misty
speechless
Mountains?
and uncomfortable. He pulls the van over.
King, what's what?
King is telling you to get out of the van.
You knew Xantor was always a wild card. I mean, this was bound to happen eventually. What
What
we can
was
do
it?
now is teach him to do better.
Is that what you're going to do then? And he's just King is like he is upset. Like, he just got
We've killed 300 people today, King. You were there. You were at the Feast of the Blood last night. Like, what are you even talking about, brother?
King is
Here, bring
not-
it in.
he's-
Bring it in.
He's
trying to,
not
like,
bringing
hug
it
him.
in. He
He's
is
like,
over your
King!
shit utterly.
He tries to grab his face and look at him and not in eye to eye,
Alrighty, so you're gonna
Just like bring him in, like his little lion face.
make a. Let's see here. Let me make sure I got this.
not a gentle strength check. I'm not trying to be rough with him. If he pulls away, his Xantor will be hurt.
A gentle strength check.
All right, so as you
Or dexterity. I'd prefer dexterity since it is more of a dexterous move.
as you attempt to pull him in, and you're trying to make light of this
9.
situation, there's no roll to make. King is going to. You see his hand glow with the green necrotic energy that you have seen him use in battle, and he is going to punch Xantor. Does a 23 hit Xantor?
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to take, let's see here, he's using inflict wounds on you.
King.
And this is going to deal 3d10 necrotic damage.
King.
So, let's see.
We were buds.
Yeah, so you're going to take 22 damage as he just punches straight at you, and he's punching you towards the door, and you see him move towards the door. He throws it open, and he is going to just toss you out into the street, and he looks to where the invisible form of Granny Glenda is, and he's like, Glenda, are we going to have a problem, or are you going to leave? And he looks at Elijah, and he's just full lion right now. Like, he is not a lion person. He is a furious beast. Like, he feels very upset.
I suppose you're kicking my pets out, too.
Yeah.
Heartless beast.
He ignores you utterly. He's looking at Elijah and at Granny Glenda.
Granny Linda just tosses her hands in the air and walks out.
Are you visible or invisible?
I'm going to turn visible for that.
Okay.
I'll follow Granny
All right.
and
So,
grab my baby Bjorn and put it on my back so Granny can mount up.
you see, like, Penny Lane is in the back with you guys, just kind of stunned, and she's like, oh, all right, is this what we're doing then? And she's, like, slowly gathering up any of your things that are around and, like, puts them in a little bag. She's like, guys, I don't know. We'll try to talk to him, okay? And she's going to hand you, like, anything that you might have had, like your sleeping gear, your tents, your all of that.
This is really happening.
She's gathering it up and handing it to you. She's like, go
It's the
ahead.
thanks we get for saving our asses.
And just
Boots.
Xantor doesn't, or not Xantor,
Drake.
Kenzie doesn't say a word. Drake and Boots follow you out. The door to the van
Burn it all down.
slams, and they drive away.
Can Drake spit at the bus a little bit?
If that's how this is your game. You choose what you do. Your companions might be upset with you
I
for.
think he looks at me and shakes his head no.
Drake's like, I'm not gonna do that.
You've gone too far this time.
So you guys are now somewhere near the swamps of Sacrilege. The van is quickly disappearing down the road in the direction that you were heading.
Is it nighttime still?
It is like probably
Or like
2 or 3,
morning?
maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, it is dark.
Sorry, guys. I do not know what. I don't know what happened. I mean, y'all know. I wanted to kill the fucking pig. I shot him in the face. Like, I don't care. But I didn't know he was gonna react like that. you
Yeah,
know?
I think it was a bit of an overreaction, if I'm being honest. But
Well, listen here. I think Harry used to be one of those people, and I think it affected him deeply. And I think they're okay with, killing the people that are out there, killing folks, but they're not okay with killing the fuzz, because that gets you in a lot of trouble. And there's lots of bad things to come from killing the fuzz.
Like the sheriffs of Rottingham, like those old assholes
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day.
you
You
could
know-
have just shot the damn tires, Anton.
I mean,
I'm all
Human
about
being.
killing people, but
We all are. I
Our,
thought
our
that was a
ride
thing.
just drove off because of that.
I mean, I might have killed 2 of
Maybe reconsider who we kill in the future.
sounds like the changer of the universe is having a little bitch fest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
isn't it his game anyway? Like,
I think the responsibility of the whole thing is just weighing heavy on him.
It must be, honestly.
and
Like,
he
that
had
was
a little explosion of rage that was misdirected because he's, every person that dies on our mission, whether good or bad, is, it's kind of his fault. I let him know that, but I kind of regret that too now.
I could summon us a bear or something. I got to summon beast. It might be a dog. I'm still working on it. It's. I don't know. We need something to ride, right?
A polar bear dog, perhaps.
I mean, Drake's too small for you to ride on.
I could ride him. We all can't ride on him.
It's 2:00 in the morning, right?
We're just
Perhaps
walking
we
down the
should
road.
camp, like
A rest
set up
would be
some
nice.
tents,
Closer
you
to
know.
347.
Did they give us our camp or sleeping gear at least?
Yeah,
Sleeping mats?
Penny Lane packed up everything that you guys had.
It's like a pile on the side of
It's
the
like,
road.
yeah.
Whatever happened to that trunk, man, with the witch?
What the fuck did happen to that trunk with the witch? I don't know. It wasn't in the thing, I think, right? When we
No.
got it back.
Somebody's got that trunk and
The trunk is still in the van. The hag was not in.
somebody. Oh my goodness! God bless the person that opened that trunk.
It was probably
Hag blessed him, that's for sure.
the last time that you guys saw it was with when the Heaven's Devils stole the van.
Yeah,
so
before they armored it up.
Man, we just want to sit down for the night. I mean, it's been a long day, or we could just keep on walking. I'm not too tired.
No, I think it's best we'll sleep in shifts and keep watch just in case, you know.
I'm down for camping, and Xantor, just know everyone is disappointed in you.
Yeah, what's new? Fuck 'em.
Let's go in the woods over here and get about 60 feet or so from the road.
Is there any water sources? Can we do like a survival check or something?
Listen for the sound of water.
See if there's any safe areas around.
Sure, there's water all around you. The ground is moist. You're in a swamp.
Swampy area.
It will be difficult to find a dry land. In fact, let's go ahead and make a survival
I can
check
do that.
to see what sort of a place you guys find.
I got an 8 on mine.
I still got some spell slots left.
I got a 12.
Alrighty.
What are we
you-
rolling for?
Survival to see if you find a dry place to camp in the swamps of sacrilege.
Yeah, and I got a 2-person tent, so we can do our shift thing. Torch, tinderbox, all that
10?
fun shit.
So I think Granny's was the highest with a 12. You find it's not dry, and it will make the floor of the tent wet if you camp here, but it's not going to submerge the tent. You find the best solid ground that you can find to pitch a tent on.
You want to mold us up some earth here, Eli?
Yeah, I was thinking I could raise a little bit of it up like a platform for us to kind of sleep on. I'm going to do that, as well as I'm going to try to, I don't know, I guess I could try I don't want to cause too much attention with fire though, and anybody seeing a certain thing, but I was going to try to warm the land a little bit, dry it off a little bit. I don't know if that'll work, but you know what I can do? I can just shape the water right out of this part of the land. Just pull it out, pull the moisture out with my my robot arm.
I want to see all that shit.
I don't know if
kinda-
the
So you
world
do
will
that?
let me do that. Yeah, I'm just going to try to pull
Yeah,
the
that's a great
moisture
use-
out
great
of
use of
the
shape
raised
part.
piece
The
of
mud
land.
into dry ass.
So
Yeah.
you do exactly that. You spend about 10 minutes molding the earth and pulling the moisture out of it methodically. Where do you put the moisture so that it doesn't go back into the earth?
I've got a gust of wind I can cast if you want to put it up there.
I'll put it up in there and let Xantor blow it away. Give it a try, man. It's just up there right now. It's just
So you move the water up in the air, and then Xantor's going to blow a gust at it to attempt to move it away.
Doesn't make a rainbow.
Oh, well, I could aim it towards the sun, I
Time.
suppose.
It's nighttime.
It's
There's no
nighttime.
sun.
Oh, yeah,
Sun is
shit.
dark as
It
shit.
makes a moon bow.
We take a very long time to set up the tent.
At least
Oh,
we
no,
guys-
I'm just
try.
kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine that you gust the water away, and then it just falls back to the ground, and then the water rises back up, and then you pull the water out, and then you gust it away, and then it falls down and rises back up.
Burn 3 spell slots.
So
Fucking around.
eventually, though, you've raised the earth enough that this is a fine place to camp. It's much better than it was, and probably better than anything you would have found. And you guys make camp for the evening. In what order will you be setting watch?
The cops are after us. We don't. Who knows if the king's even gonna circle? He might be a fucking killer himself. You know, killers trying to not. Oh, I'm not a killer. Don't be a killer. But he's a killer. Gonna come back on us in the middle of the night. You know.
So does that mean you want to take
I'm
first
terrified.
watch?
I'm just saying I'm terrified. Maybe we should do 2 at a time on watch.
Well, I mean, the whole
Set
point of
one.
watch is just to be able to wake our ass up real quick, and then we fight.
just paranoid, brother. That's all I'm
I
saying.
understand. Or you don't want somebody on watch to doze off or fall asleep because that's not very good watching.
Fucking busy day, man. God,
If y'all want to do 2 and 1 resting, that's fine with me. Well, you know, how much time we got till the sunrise? Maybe like 6 hours, 5 hours.
I could not sleep for at least 3. So if y'all want to get some sleep, I'm gonna be up.
Granny Glenda falls asleep while they're arguing.
All right.
So Elijah and Xantor are on first watch.
We'll stay up.
You good? Yeah. You want to play some fucking Dragon Annie? 3 Dragon Annie. Back and down. Got this little box.
What are the rules to 3 Dragon Ante?
He whips it out. It's like some octagonal, large octagonal dice, you know, and they got like all these weird fucking little bug symbols on them and shit. And he's like, this is called the Jigga, and this is called the Dickory, and this is called the Tutu. Now you roll the Dickory and the Chicka, and you have to match the Tutu. And every time you get the 3 matches, then you get a point. First to 10 win.
Then
you
smells
take a
like
shot.
Smells like a scam. Is this how you got money off of people
What?
on the ship?
This is, no. This is an ancient game of my ancestors.
I'm gonna pass considering I can't see.
Cool, stare at the woods. I'm gonna play this. So he like starts playing with himself. It's like fucking stupid. He's just like rolling these things and like, yeah.
I'm just basically keeping watching this dark space with my nose.
Alrighty, roll for perception.
I have advantage with my
Xantor,
nose.
you'll roll with disadvantage because you're playing 3 Dragon Ante.
With fucking dice like an idiot.
13
Alright.
for smelling.
Okay. 11.
Alright, so with your 13 and with your 11, you don't really notice anything as the night goes on. You hear the noises of the swamp, some frogs, some bats, owls hooting. You do smell a hint of something foreign to the area, but you can't quite place it. It's familiar, but it certainly doesn't belong in a swamp, but it's not. I mean, I don't know. It sort of makes sense, but you can't figure it out. Your watch passes, and it's time to wake up Granny Glenda for her turn.
Granny, it's time to watch out for us. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nappy poo.
Okay, darling.
I gotta get some of these spell slots back. Is this gonna be like a short rest? I imagine.
It's a long rest.
Okay, we do get a long one out of it. Thank goodness. All right, you keep
I
watching.
mean,
There's
I
something
imagine,
smelly out here.
4-hour shifts, and you're each gonna sleep twice, or for 8 hours. It's how it normally works. I think it seems like Xantor's not gonna sleep.
And it was early morning when we arrived, right?
Yeah, it was like 2, 3.
I noticed something while I was watching, but like something smells out of place. I can't quite put my nose on it, but y'all just keep an eye out if any weird smells get stronger. Maybe something coming this way. I don't know. I can't see shit. I'm gonna go to bed.
I'll try to pay attention.
All right, Granny Glenda, roll for perception as your watch. The sun begins to crest the horizon, and you're watching through the swamp. It is warm.
5.
You do not notice anything other than the quickly rising heat and the mosquitoes in the air.
Xantor got a 10 that time with disadvantage.
Xantor does not notice anything in particular. You guys do begin to hear the sound of cars passing on the relatively nearby road. But other than that, there's nothing really to speak of. Elijah gets his 4 hours of rest, and it becomes time to switch again for you guys to get a full 8 hours. Are you going to... typically, Xantor, the entire cycle of it's a little tough because Xantor's thinking, are you guys going to just leave Xantor awake for the last shift so you can get your full 8 hours? Or are you...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to do a short rest or a long rest?
Well,
It's basically like early morning.
at this point,
Because the sun is kind of coming up.
so it's probably about 10 o'clock now.
Oh, okay.
So
AM, right?
10 a.m.
Yeah, we don't have any. We're not making we don't got no smoke or nothing coming. Nothing's like giving away our spot, so I think we're okay.
All right, so Xantor's going to stay up for the final watch while Granny Glenda and Elijah get their beauty rest. Xantor, one more roll, this time with disadvantage. See if you notice anything.
He's starting to get a little heavy-eyed right now. Natural 1.
Oh, my.
First roll.
So Xantor falls asleep as well and is going to get the effects of a short rest. So he's not going to get a long rest, but he does fall asleep on watch.
Turkey legs. Elijah's dreaming of turkey legs.
So do you guys have everything inside the tent except for like whoever's outside watching?
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. So you wake up from your rest in the tent to find Xantor sleeping outside the tent.
My name is Xantor.
You are just such a fuck up today, buddy.
Wake up, man. You're supposed to be keeping watch.
What? Guys,
Is any?
I think we're safe.
He looks around, knocks on the tree.
Can I take a look around and see
We're
if there's
good.
any, like, because it's kind of muddy around us. Or not, like,
If there's any like
like footprints or
Oh, yeah,
tracks
that's
like,
great.
that
Check.
weren't ours. See if anybody was creeping around while Xantor was fucking sleeping on.
Drake.
Oh, my God. That's a goddamn natural one.
So
I just got conjunctivitis.
yeah,
I can't see anything.
your eyes are all filled with eye boogers, and you can't quite make it out. Does anybody else check out the area around?
Yeah, I'll check it out. 18.
So with your 18, Granny Glenda, you see that there are, in fact, footprints. Footprints that lead right up to your camp. Seem to, you could see the heavy weight of where somebody stood for a second to look at the camp, and then just turned and kept walking towards the road.
Well, here's some footprints here, fellas. Should we follow these, you think?
Is anything missing?
Oh, let's look around. So can we check to see?
Sure.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nothing's missing.
Ain't shit missing from here, buddy.
This might have been the pigs. I'm not sure if we want to follow him. He might have been searching for us and going back to get more and coming after us. We might need to get out of here. I don't know.
I'm going to shape some water out of the earth there and out of the mud and splash my face with it and clean the eye boogers out of my eyes so we can get them moving and wake up. And, yeah, let's pack up our stuff and follow these footprints. They look like they're going in the direction of the road, so I guess we got to get back out onto the road. That's the only thing we can
How
do.
far into the swamps do you guys think you guys went before camping?
We might be wanted.
I think we were going for like 50, 60 feet.
All right, cool. So you're not far off the road at all. In fact, once you get through the thicket, you see in front of you at the road is somebody who. Well, the first thing you notice is the smell. It's powerfully patchouli driven. And you see that this person is not wearing shoes and their shirt is all tattered. You don't recognize them, but they certainly have all of the telltale hallmarks of being a Wook, and they're smiling and jumping up and down with their thumb out by the side of the road.
Brother!
And as he stands with his thumb out, a bus similar to King Kenzie's bus, but much larger, with graffiti on the side, with the words "Gathering or Bust" written on it. And we'll pick up there next time on the next thrilling installment of Wooks and Warlocks.
I'm immediately going to cast Alter Self on myself to make myself look kind of in his similar garb, and I'm going to take that patchouli and I'm going to put it all on us, on all of us.
All right. We'll pick up there next time on the next thrilling episode of Wooks and Warlocks.
Round and around in the tunnel when it's dark we go, searching through the rubble for what once was spark like a shout in the night. And the sight of the past, it can fill us with fear all night, though we know the wheel comes back after time. Oh, for a sweet time, and the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night. Let no man use my battle cry.
Wooks and Warlocks features Anthony Ryan as Xanthor, the Bugfolk Ranger, Jesse Bennett as Granny Glenda, half Foxfolk Rogue, John Lombardi as Elijah Woodstone, the Elk Folk Wizard, and Trey Miller as Dungeon Master. Intro and outro feature the song Flight of the Phoenix by Tirefire. Recording and editing are completed in-house by the Wooks and Warlocks team, recording consultation provided by Adam Horwitz. You can find us online at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord under the name Wooks and Warlocks. Links can be found in the description. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Wooks and Warlocks, please contact us at wooksandwarlocks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Dark clouds brewing a storm deep in the sky. Words spoken in anger, vibrant like a neon sign in the mind's eye, multiplied by time and time again. It's those we love that we lose when we struggle with what's inside. Just hoping for hope, something to ward off the fright and the soul.